Hey fuckboys, we know your mother's abandoned you, but we're still here for you. So, today, we've got two varieties of tendies, as always. We have our beautiful, organic, gluten-free Lincoln Logs, and by that I mean Purdue chicken tenders.
And we also have Purdue chicken tenders. Not gluten-free. Still organic, because Purdue.
Yeah, boy! Chicken tenders. I want to fucking die.
Me too.
Alright, so let's get right the fuck to it. Let's do these bad boys first. As you can see, the coating is your average oven coating. Looks kind of like crap, but it does look like they did a double dredge, which always gets points in my book. If you crack these bad boys open, you can see that there is, in fact, chicken inside. The breading does come off kind of easy, but all in all, should be good. Breading is your average frozen oven tendy. Not the best, but
not as bad as the previous week's tendies.
I want to be a vegan after eating these chicken tenders. These have one advantage on the Tyson tendies and on all the other tendies that we've ranked. Not all of them, of course. Just the oven baked ones. They actually have real fucking chicken in them. I'm actually amazed. It feels like you're actually, biting into a chicken tender.
Pretty mediocre in my book still. Just not a fan of any and all frozen tenders. For my freshly deep fried, covered in oil. Saucy.
That's how this good boy likes them too, but sometimes maybe mommy doesn't have enough time to go to the store. Instead has freezy tendies.
That's when you hop on your good boy bike.
On your good boy bike?
Yeah.
Son, if you're a properly fed good boy, you can't even operate a bike.
That's true. Well, if you have to do that, you steal mommy's keys and go to the good boy store yourself and make them take your good boy currency and hope you don't get arrested. But why would anybody arrest such a good boy?
True.
Mommy would fight them. Chalky milk.
So next, we move on to these gluten-free bad boys that all have the exact same shape. Which brings me to believe that they don't actually have legit, like, chicken in it, maybe mechanically separated stuff.
They are very mechanical.
Oh man, very mechanically separated. Let's see here.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, it looks like
good old-fashioned public school chicken right there.
Oh boy. So I will admit, it does have high surface area, but it also is hard as fucking rock, which brings back flashbacks to
Still not broken.
last episode.
Sounds pretty crunchy there, buddy.
It is. Kind of toasty. Alright, so let's throw that in some honey mustard. Let's try this good boy.
They're coming for us. The alarms. They know.
This is pretty mediocre, actually. I'm disappointed.
Pretty crispy.
Very crispy. 99% breading, which is gluten-free, which means it's probably made with, like, cardboard. I don't know.
Breading is surprisingly not bad, but there's no flavor in the chicken. And what flavor there is, it tastes like sponge. At least the coating is crispy, not soggy, as previous oven tendies have been.
About as good as Satan's fucking cock.
You know, these guys are actually they're crispy, but they're not mouth destroying. They don't have the same consistency as, say, Captain Crunch. Where you eat it.
You mean tiny knives?
Yeah, exactly. Where you eat it, it's essentially the same as eating something like, you know, fiberglass. Yeah, fiberglass.
Asbestos.
Yeah, asbestos. Knives. Small razor blades. You know, the usual. Biting into that creepy guy down the street's caramel apple he gave you for Halloween. But still manages to be crispy. Now, as you can see here, this cracker still loves his crackers. They're not so bad. I mean, honestly.
The breading on these, I like better than that. It's crispier. Doesn't have an overpowering of pepper and seasonings. Just crispy.
These are all right enough to rank, you know, probably around Walmart Tendies. Would probably be good with blue cheese ranch. Something like that. Maybe even teriyaki sauce.
Or barbecue.
Something sweet. Barbecue. You know, any real sauce. Really, this isn't the worst Tendy. This is actually relatively okay. It's just that it's just okay. It doesn't really fall into line with our KFC Tendies, our Popeyes Tendies, our, you know, our Hardee's, Carl's Jr. Tendies, any of those really. It doesn't really, you know, compete with those. But it is technically a healthier option. But the only problem is, too, we made 10 of these for this demonstration of Tendy consumption prowess, and that was the majority of the bag. There was probably about 14 to 15 of these guys in the bag, and that feels like a lot less than I probably would have thought.
Yeah, because even nowadays, if something's labeled as healthy, they give you less for more. Less product for just a lot more money because gluten-free.
At the end of the day, if you're a good boy who's been told by his mommy or his physician that his feet are going to fall off if he doesn't eat healthy, this might be a good alternative. Don't lose your feet to the beatus. I'm constantly haunted by nightmares of Wilford Brimley whispering into my ear, his tongue licking my earlobe. Raises the hairs on the back of my neck. I'm actually peeling the breading off, and really this is a slimy chunk of chicken. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but these are just the most mediocre I think we've tried. A little bit rubbery. It tastes a lot like rotisserie chicken. It has kind of that same spice to it. Not really spice, but you can tell it was close to the bone. You can tell that this meat was, you know, they mechanically took something and ripped it off the bone. It has that kind of marrowy kind of taste to it, and that's interesting to me, but not my favorite. Mediocre at best, but good as far as our reviews have gone so far.
Desperate times call for desperate tendies, and that's pretty much where we leave you this time, guys. These are just kind of mediocre tendies, so mediocre tendies, mediocre times, mediocre endings,
mediocre ending. So I don't think we're gonna sacrifice these to Keck this time around, but overall, they're not so bad. So, what would you give these guys in a ranking out of 10, since we've kind of, you know, thrown the good boy point system to the wind, now that we're free of our bonds from Mommy?
A sad packet of crushed crackers.
I'd give it a solid,
out of a regular packet.
I'd give it a solid, I'd give the gluten-free ones due to their crispity crunchiness and their actual okay, you know, chickeniness. I'd give them maybe you know, a solid 4. I would say for these guys, really not worth your time. I'd say maybe 2 good boy points per tendy, 20 tendies per 10, or 20 points per 10 tendies, which seems pretty reasonable for something this mediocre. It's just unfortunate. And with that, we leave you guys this week. Have a good week, and tune in next time. You fucked up. You fucked up again.
Good enough.
That's how we live our lives. Good enough.
Mediocre at best.
Mediocre at best. I want to die. Why would you do that? Don't forget to like.
And subscribe.
Thanks for your support.
Connection.